This is 3B part 2, where we're now going to add the form so that visitors to the website can contact the Royal Return Shopping Centre. You can see that I've already put in a subheading of contact us, and I've put in an instruction. It's always good to have instructions when the user is expected to do something. Now we need to put in a space here for the form. It's not critical in order to complete the coursework, because when you come to do the real coursework you haven't actually got to have a fully working form. But if you want to do the validation aspects, you will need your form to be operational. So it is a good idea to do this part, but if you're struggling you can leave this little bit out. So we're going to insert a form. We define the form. Now we start off by giving our form a name. It's not necessary, but it's good practice to label things when you're programming, and this is basically a bit of programming. We're adding some code, some HTML code. Now there's two options for what happens when we click submit, and that is the action URL. What will it do? One option is to use the mail to method. What this will do is, if I put mail to : and then put the email address of info@royalreturn.com, when the user clicks on submit, it will open up their mail software. All they will see then is that it will already have info@royalreturn.com in the to line. There'll be nothing in the subject line, and then in the main body text will be jumbled together in not the prettiest way at all the information that they have typed into the form. So that's a very basic way of getting things to work, and you could do that if you want to. A proper way is to use a script. Now these scripts are few and far between to find. They're not very easy to find on the web, so I've actually created one which is a publicly available script for anybody in the world to use, and you'll find it at this address: http://www.paulong.net/form2email.php. PHP is the language that was used to write the script. It's called form to email because what it does is it turns the form into an email, but it does a little bit more than that. It will also provide a confirmation page to the user, so they'll get to see all the information that they've put in. It will also send the email to the address that we put in later, which will be info@royalreturn.com. It will identify it clearly as coming from the email address that the user has put in as their own email address, and it will fill in the subject as well. So it does quite a lot, and it's generic to any form, so you're welcome to use it on other forms as well if you need to. And all you need to do is, if this forms part of the evidence that you give to OCR, which it probably won't do because there is no need to actually show evidence of your form working, it's just a validation you show, but if you do, you just acknowledge that the code that you have used has come from elsewhere. They're not going to be marking you on your use of code. So if we click on OK, you'll see that the form, identified by these dotted lines, is now ready for you to use. The next tutorial will focus on putting in the fields that need to go into that form.